the sunrise. Deep in my eyes, love, you're all mine. Please don't change your mind, time won't rewind. Nothing's new out there, yet you don't seem to care. Deep in my eyes, love, you're all mine. Please don't change your mind, time won't rewind.
Living at a carefree life, yeah, I'm feeling that you really my type. We need some pink champagne on ice, wine by the glass, now I'm not that guy. Looking like, whoa, San Diego penthouse views by the coast. Raised by my city, am side, lady zone. Golden child glitter on my wrist with the bros, what you really know, hey.
I know you want it all, it's irresistible. You can't just stop it all, life is way too short. I know you want it all, it's irresistible. You want that, go let it all go. Under moonlight, shining starlight, you're my heart fever till the sunrise. Deep in my eyes, love, you're all mine. Please don't change your mind, time won't rewind. Nothing's new out there, yet you don't seem to care. Deep in my eyes, love, you're all mine. Please don't change your mind, time won't rewind. I know you want it all, it's irresistible. Life is way too short. I know you want it all, it's irresistible. You want that, show me what you know. Under moonlight, shining starlight, you're my heart fever till the sunrise. Deep in my eyes, love, you're all mine. Please don't change your mind, time won't rewind. Nothing's new out there, yet you don't seem to care. Deep in my eyes, love, you're all mine. Please don't change your mind, time won't rewind. Under moonlight, shining starlight, you're my heart fever till the sunrise. Deep in my eyes, love, you're all mine. Please don't change your mind, time won't rewind.
I'll give it to you, God. I'll say.
Yo, bitch was like 6 months pregnant. That shit was crazy, son.
It's fucking crazy, son. Do the knowledge.
Moreno Valley, California. We got a special one for you guys today.
You playing? Oh my god.
Elijvh, Westside Wild Freestyle.
Yes, sir.
Official music video out now.
Turn up.
That's right.
Gambling a hectic lifestyle full of sin. Let's go. These days I've been elevating my spiritual gifts. Fuck the opposition, I'ma go for the win. Amen. Ain't looking for drama. I'm building my legacy like a passionate scholar, prolific author, expecting Forbes to label me proper. You know, ducking all that negative gossip, clown talking from niggas that stay watching your pockets. How should I define myself? Young, black, and motivated by innovation. Westside baby with patience, soulful with tropical flavors. Money mover, anointed heart like the Lion of Judah. Running crucial missions, Prano in my city by the side of a river. Time for cologne, caters my presence, dog. Vince Carter longevity's my legacy, dog. And IE classic in the making's been my caption, dog. Still unsigned, but I know God's time. All I really need is red wine and cheese from the Alpines. Money comes, money goes, but that ain't stopping me. Drug money, wealth that'll cover my whole family tree. Staring at the sky whenever sunlight bleeds. 2016 with Tukes and all our realest G's. Lacking investors while no one shared our dreams. Now we're toasting champagne inside of their office wing. Moral of the story, set your own pace. I only worry if I'll make it as my parents age. Praying hard for some family on the darkest days. Avoiding riverside detention chains. Embracing the power of change. Cherishing triumph and pain. Not soaking from my public mistakes. That's right. Living in moments of grace. Giving my tender a break. Word to my brother Swizzy Max, I'm offline with your bae. Been out of pocket since my Honda days. Popping tags on my custom North Face. Feeling like Julius rocking icy fronts in Oakland Bay. Coldplay, obsessed with island women sweeter than a glass of vodka lemon squeeze sorbet. Planning an epic run with all my day ones inside this golden state. Chardonnay, source out of Italy to celebrate our accolades. We need some courtside seats watching our Lakers games. Seeking strength during climate change. Bon voyage, conquer love over hate. Niggas know about my ethics, true loyalty. Respectfully, I don't chit chatter, I let my actions speak. Repping Cali towards Manila, the artista, custom tailor, dropping bangers. Carving a spot for SOT like we're some space invaders. Word to Jay-Z, I play forever.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my man Matt Hoff, Julia Joaquin. It's dope. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Talk that shit.
Yes, sir.
Moreno Valley.
Yes, sir.
Motherfucking North.
Moreno Valley, you know what the fuck is going on. Only on the motherfucking Nopressure Records Network. You feel me? This is a one of the legendary episodes. You feel me? We do a lot of episodes. You feel me? And you know, this is definitely one of those that are definitely. This is a classic in the making. You know, it's been a process. You feel me? But you know, I'm glad to have everybody here. You know what I'm saying? On this good Friday night. You know what I'm saying? June 2nd, we going up. You know, I got the homie Traceway with us, you feel me? Another familiar face. Stop with True Love in the building. Yes, you already know. Left Hand of God, Black Lefty in the building. And, you know, we have our special guest. Let's clap it up for the homie Elijvh in the house.
Yes, sir. We got the whole Redrum Saints.
Yeah, we got the whole with the Redrum Saints. Like, stop playing.
We got the whole Redrum Saints in the building. That's crazy.
That's a rare sight.
Crazy.
You feel me?
Noise.
The whole gang, man. One more time.
Make some noise, goddammit.
Yeah,
yes,
sir. Make some noise, goddammit. Elijah, man, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, bro. I know we getting started off a little late tonight, but I feel like this interview kind of causes for like the late night. We're really having a nice drink.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
right.
All the homies here. You know.
That's right. That's right.
How y'all feeling, Lefty, Stavo?
Feeling good, feeling great.
Yeah.
Like you said, you know, it's a good Friday.
Good vibes, right?
You know, end of the week.
Yep.
Feel me? We in here with the homies. Shout out to CN for having me. Feel me? We got Elijah in the building.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Legendary shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is why I love doing this. I get to sit down with the homies and really talk this hip hop shit. Talk this rap shit. And really, you know, today we're giving you your flowers today. You know what I'm saying? If nobody's giving them to you yet, you know what I'm saying? We giving them to you tonight. So we appreciate everything you do. You know what I'm saying? You're paving the way for the next generation of Moreno Valley artists. And, you know, there's so many different. It just goes to show that Mobile is such a melting pot and has so much diversity. You know, not only with the people but with the music. You know what I'm saying? You have a whole nother lane that sounds different from everybody. Everybody we have on here, these special artists we have, everybody sounds different and has a sound and you know, and you do a lot. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that, but you know, I would like to start at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we go way back.
Yes,
it is. We go back almost 10 years now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, actually, it has been 10 years.
It has been like 10 years. Like this year, it'll be like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm talking like, let's go back. Filthy Paul. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back. Let's start there. Like, how'd you get into music? How'd you stumble upon Filthy Paul and up into the name change and all that? Because I know you've done interviews before, and I was peeping some of your work. You have great work, But here on the Nopressure Records, feel comfortable.
Yeah,
talk your shit. You feel me? Make
I'm
yourself
big
at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just kind of let's start there from the beginning.
Yeah, so starting off, I guess we could probably just look back in the late 90s, man, because I was born in 93, and I was basically my mom and dad. So my dad comes from a musical family. We come from my grandma was a singer. She was a professional singer, and she was part of the carousels with my uncle Tootie. So I think for a little bit of some history, I think a lot of people may not know who are watching this, but
carousels. I think
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, people sample our stuff, but
I for sure sample some carousels for sure.
So my dad, they come from Compton, right? So they're from South Central.
Okay.
And my dad and my grandma was raising my aunt and my uncle and my dad, and she was basically trying to make it in music. Her and my great uncle Buster, Uncle Bus, he ended up actually making it in music. He ended up signing with the Ink Spots later on in his life. He was a DJ too.
Word.
So my grandma, she was a singer. She was singing in LA all the time, doing like bars and stuff. And my dad was pretty much singing with them. And my uncle, my aunt, she wasn't really much of a performer. And from there, growing up, my dad really put me onto the music. He built a little studio in our house.
Okay.
In our old house. We were living off Ironwood at the time. And just basically, I just learned from a young age, just playing. Wanted to play the drums from my dad. I played the little bit of the piano, and I learned music production from my dad, being because he was a singer. Like he could really sing.
It's crazy.
He's musical genius to me.
Yeah, bro. Like, so having that influence, like, basically around you, 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
How did that kind of influence you, like, to make music? Like, when you first started, did it kind of influence your style, like, the way you made music, your structure, the way you view music? How, like, you gonna talk to me about that?
Yeah. Well, my dad, he was big on more of the conscious hip hop stuff. Not really the street stuff. My brother, so I have three half brothers, but I knew mostly my brother Daryl and my brother Danny, and my half brother Danny on my dad's side, he was the one who put me on to like Tupac and everything like that as a young age. But my dad didn't really want me to listen to like street stuff as a kid. I was a baby, So, but yeah, like just learning from my dad and learning how to, because we'd go to Guitar Center. We used to always playing around with the instruments. I'm sure all y'all have been there. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So my dad had an integral influence on me where I was like, learning how to sing on the mic and everything like that. And I used to go to like practice sessions with him and his friends.
Okay.
I used to jam, and my dad plays the guitar. So I learned so much from him, and I give him so much credit for that. Being just a young black man and just showing me the ways of musicianship. And so from there, I became interested in singing, and that was kind of my thing. My family would do this thing where on my mom's side, Filipinos, they love music and they love karaoke.
Yeah.
Y'all ever date a Filipino?
that.
You have a Filipino in your family, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to have
Filipino
a girlfriend
friend.
that was Filipino.
Yeah, right?
Her family, they used to do that shit every fucking, damn near every night.
Yeah.
Honestly, and they got
I'm not
together,
surprised, yeah.
They drunk.
Yep.
Mom used to give her like so much food, like
Yep.
it was just beautiful. Like literally, it was just like the wonderful. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I
man.
used to love that shit.
Yeah, so I
Proud
was
to you.
basically like, just caught up with just performing for the family. And from there, I got into like actually trying to make music probably in 2005.
Okay.
'Cause that's when I was so at that time, I stopped taking music serious because my mom put me to like some mall events, and I used to do a little singing for like competitions and stuff.
That's dope.
So that was kind of like
That's
little bit of
crazy.
history. Yeah, we have some videos. I think my aunt has some videos. I've been looking to reach out to my aunt to try to transfer that footage, but So from there, I lost interest in music, and I started getting more into the video game space. And everything came. Life is funny, guys, because things come so full circle for you. Because what happened was in 2005, I wanted to make a video game with my friends, and I had this guy, this homie named Alan. You know, shout out to Alan, because we wanted to make a video game, and I wanted to learn how to score the music for the game. So I Googled making music, like literally, you know, it's like a 12-year-old me trying to figure it out. So that's when I found Fruity Loops, and from there I found Audacity, and I was learning like how that stuff worked. And like I had some beats, which I think is on our old computer, that were so bad, you know. But it was fun. It was a learning experience. And from there, I basically like wanted to learn how to make music production wise, you know, because my dad, he's old school, so he was using like those 8-track recorders, and everything was analog. He never used digital. You know, my dad wasn't really much of a tech guy. So yeah, like I basically learned from our shitty Dell how to make beats, and from there I got a little like, you know, my mom would always suggest like, why don't you try to sing on this stuff, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
So I just
Now
you know,
look.
yeah, you know, well I was really shy, you know, considering the fact that I stopped performing and I stopped taking music serious. My dad really wanted me to get into that, but so basically, yeah, I went through so many evolutions, because from there I was like, man, like I want to make beats. But I think, and here's a fun history lesson for anybody watching this. Actually, I didn't even start off as Filthy Paul. I was actually E-Beats.
E-Beats.
So it was E-Beats. That's like such a, that's like a Nardwuar type moment.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you know that? But yeah, they'll probably watch this. But yeah, E-Beats. That was me. We had this shitty cheap Dell that we were using, and I was like, learn how to make beats for the game. The game never fit, like we never really went through with it. And so from there, I just kept making beats, and I basically like I stopped with the beat stuff, and then I got into the whole high school like trying to do like, you know, I was hanging out with musicians, and that's when it led into me doing like I was a vocalist for a band. Because at the time, this guy named Kevin Morton, who I went to school with, he was looking to build a band, and he needed a vocalist, and he heard I could sing, because the homie just pretty much like snitched on me. And so I basically went into doing a band, and I think our name was like Silver Sunrise. And it was like a punk band, so I was doing punk music.
What?
You know, like underground punk. And then from there, you know, because I was influenced by like Bad Brains and stuff like that. I started getting into that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then from there, that's when I met who y'all know is Dare House. That was at that time. That was our
Shout
early.
out Dare House.
Shout out to, you know, that's little bro. He's amazing. Yeah, we met at that time. We were in that band together, and then that was short lived. And then from there, I hung out with this guy who pretty much changed my life. His name's Nico. This guy, to me, was the culture, because this guy knew underground culture like crazy. He introduced me to Supreme. He introduced me to Tyler and everybody before they blew up. He introduced me to like the LA culture of music.
Everybody needs that one homeboy.
Yeah, yeah.
I think everybody has that one person that brought that opened up your eyes to the
hype beast
whole
culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he was this rich kid from out here, actually. He lived not too far away in this area, and he was kind of like that spoiled kid, you know, parents would take him to LA to buy stuff, and I used to hang out with him all the time. And that's when I met all like Javi and everybody at Supreme, you know, when they're at the old location. And I'll still remember, you know, just at those days, man, it's funny to see that you never know who's going to blow up around you. And to see like Tyler and them, Tyler probably don't even remember me, but that was years ago. Yeah, that was like 2009.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was the time when, you know, you would see like Tebe and all them.
Yeah.
Hey, that Nico that you talking about, does that fool make beats?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. He was just more of like just into underground culture. Like his parents would buy him records and all that shit.
I wanted to ask you one more time. So you said your dad and your grandma were in
the music industry.
I'm about to say, because you say he was from the they was in the Compton area. So they might know my peoples. We had VIP Records, the record shop. Magic Disc, all that. So I was like, damn. You said that, I'm like, damn. They for sure probably know all my people,
You probably know my dad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so small because like we had hella like people, artists come to like the record shop, get their shit off. You feel me? Sign autographs. We was like the first people like putting out a lot of people's shit. So I'm like,
hey, that's love, man. Because you know,
Yeah.
probably.
I'm gonna ask my grandma about it for sure. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
ask
I'm
him about. Ask her if she knew Madeline Berger.
I got you. I'm gonna get that
So,
name for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
man, we'll figure
but
it out.
yeah, no, like so my dad had always encouraged my music pursuits because he kind of felt like, oh, you know, like I think my son has something.
Yeah.
But you know, I think he just felt like I wasn't fully serious about it at the time. And
You know, parents, like if you want to do something,
you got to be all in,
that shit.
especially when you have a black dad. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got to be all in on your
half-ass
shit.
it. Ain't no
It's
half-stepping.
it's hard to impress some of those cats too. From like my dad's a baby boomer, so that era they've seen it all. So it's hard to impress them. You know,
Yeah,
my dad's very honest.
Yeah.
That's why like I know I come off very like like the
Yeah.
smiley
And shout out
guy.
to Pops real quick
Yeah,
because
shout
you
out
sent
to
me
my
that
dad.
video when we did Risk It All.
Yeah.
And he was showing mad love. Like
he loved
shout out to you, CM.
He loved
You
it.
know, I love the record. Keep doing your thing. Gave me some words of encouragement. So shout out to Pops for sure.
Dope.
My dad's hard to impress, man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like it's a pain in the ass sometimes.
Yeah.
I love him so much. That's my, it's my everything. But yeah, no. So like basically, so Nico. So 2009, he introduced me basically to the underground culture, to learning more about the hip hop culture, like the underground culture, listening to like deeper cuts,
Yeah.
like
Gotta do it, bro.
you
Like,
know,
what a name a few artists.
like the Far Side, you know what
Okay.
I mean? Like, I mean, even if we're gonna talk about more of like underground, like South Central Cartel, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think. Large Professor, I didn't even know who Large Professor was. Yeah, as a producer, I didn't know who he was. Like,
And that's
you know?
like that's the type of stuff that your dad didn't want you to listen to.
no, Nas. So like,
Nas is cool.
yeah,
because he had like the
the conscious stuff.
I know I can and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so that's
Yeah.
Everybody, every
Yeah.
graduation was playing that song.
Yep.
Bro, that was my first rap
Yeah.
I was
CD,
in
Godson.
Yeah,
Kindergarten.
Godson.
I was in
Godson.
kindergarten. They was playing. I know I can.
Yep.
Be what I wanna be.
Be what I wanna be. I love that
If I work
record.
hard at it, if
So-
I work hard at it.
Wait.
That's
You in
crazy.
kindergarten?
When I was in kindergarten, bro.
You in kindergarten when that song came out?
Yes, I think
Pretty
no.
young, man.
No, actually,
No, you
I
have to
don't.
be like.
I don't know if
first
it
or
was kindergarten. I think
had
it
to
was
be
like.
I had to see what year that came out. I had to be like 5th grade.
I was like
around
elementary.
that, like-
bro.
You're
Like
93,
four-
90,
92.
92, yeah, it was same.
It had
yeah,
to be
yeah.
like
I had to be like 5th grade, 6th grade.
something like that. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
But they kept playing that song. I remember like around that time.
For the kids.
Yeah.
Like, it was like you
Yeah.
can do anything.
Yeah.
That one and I
Yeah.
believe I
Mama
can
and niggas
fly.
like, whatever.
Yeah. So like my dad raised me mostly off R&B.
Yeah.
Like but like like Kanye, like the College Dropout. Like I still remember All Falls Down. My dad used to try to play that on the guitar, and obviously like listening to Miss Lauryn Hill. That was again I was really raised off R&B, Boys II Men, everything like that. Like my dad will tell you. Oh, thank you. And so basically, fast forward to 2009, with the Nico stuff and blah blah blah. That's when I started learning about, just hip hop culture and how it moves and people in it. And at the time, I know everybody goes like, I mean like Tyler. So Tyler and I, we had such a brief encounter. So it wasn't like, again, you probably don't remember me, but I would have never realized at that time that this dude would have blew up the way he did.
Yeah.
Because at that time, like, he was just such a hyperactive dude. And we used to skate all the time. And I just never thought much about it. I just thought he was just going to basically, like, I don't know, like, just be one of those guys that's, like, really big on self-belief.
Like a skater dude.
Because you probably be around people that are, like, big on, like, oh, I'm going to make it and blah.
Yeah, like all of us.
I've seen it though. Like this the thing though. Like I've had homies that was so like in their head about like I'm finna do this that niggas and dropped out of school. Niggas and did all of this shit. You feel me? Like fuck school. My boy like you feel me on some real shit. This nigga.
Yeah.
he said fuck everything. You feel me? The teachers looking at him like, bro, like, what is you doing? You wilding? Like, why are you doing all this? They looking at him like a rebel.
Yeah.
This nigga done dropped out of school. He getting endorsements. His fucking face all over fucking Zoomies and all type of shit. Shout out to my boy Hesh. Like, this nigga really.
That's what's up. Yeah.
He's going crazy. Like, and it's wild as fuck. He's a skater. Like, you feel me? And he turned this shit up and made it something totally different.
And that's
to
good,
where
man.
he getting artists discovered and doing all this different shit. He was on No Jump. Like, he kind of like brung No Jumper up for a little bit.
Yeah.
And like this, you feel me?
He bought some of our merch back in the day.
Like,
That's what's
it's
up,
crazy.
yeah.
Like, I'm
That's
saying,
love,
like,
too.
That back
keeping
when
it
Young
real.
Liza, you know what I'm saying? Like, so back in the day, like, I'm seeing all that shit. That shit's crazy to see, bro. Like,
Yeah, it is very crazy to see someone go from like literally like a small number
say fuck
to, because when you blow up, like it really is like from what I've seen, like it's like a domino effect.
And
know what I mean?
honestly, you know, seeing what you've done and the consistency over the years, and just like seeing you develop as an artist has been very incredible, bro.
Yeah,
You know, from your visuals to your music, I felt like before we get to there, so let's like starting where I met you at.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to right now.
So you know, get finish what you were saying, but like, you know, like that there was a gap, like all this stuff, like, because when I met you, I looked at you like you already knew what the fuck you were doing. The beats you were playing at that time, like, bro, like I was like, this is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Produced for the Stevie Chris round.
On Mount Olympus.
Born on Olympus.
I
Yeah.
bought that shit, and I was like, damn, like.
Thank you.
And
Yeah,
once I figured out it was you, I was like, damn, because I just met you, like, and everything I seen you do is just.
Bro, it was
I met you at the video release.
yeah.
From out here, and I was like, damn, this shit professional. You feel me?
Try, man.
I
with
seen
that
them, I was
shit.
like, he's
Bro, this nigga has been on that. This nigga's been on that from day one, you know. But, you know, yeah, kind of get into, you know, Filthy Paul and like Savage Abyss and how we met and all that, you know.
So basically, you know, I don't want to like bore everybody with such long.
Nah, we
but,
here, we
you know
chopping
what I mean?
it. This is the today when you get your flowers today. You feel me? So
Thank you.
Do your thing, man.
So from there, I really got inspired to want to get back into making music, you know, seriously. So it was like 2009, and Nico and I, we kind of had like a short-lived friendship. He kind of went on to do his own thing, you know. Shout out to him though, but basically, like, Nico ended up, we kind of just separated as friends, and then from there, I just it was kind of like starting from zero. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of doing my own thing, and so I started to record my voice on songs, on my beats and stuff like that. But I was still a little insecure and a little shy, and so like I ended up like making my own moniker, and I just kind of wanted to be like that guy who has like fire ass like beats but just doesn't want to put his voice on stuff. So I named myself Filthy Paw, and the reason why I did that was because it was such a stupid name that like I looked at producers with ridiculous names, like, which, by the way, this isn't me dissing these guys, but like, you know, like Clams Casino and shit, you know, like why are you called Clams Casino, you know?
Yeah.
So
like, yeah, like kind of like a troll look, kind of like.
Yeah, it was like tongue in cheek type shit.
Yeah.
So from there, I just basically after Nico and I just kind of, we weren't really kicking it. It was so random. Like, I just kind of was like, all right, well, let me just find my tribe. So from there, I was like, you know, making beats, and I would just go to like shows, and I would just learn from producers and stuff, and then I just want to go in the producer route. And then from there, that's when I, you know, it's this point in my life was such a tricky like point, because it was like I was always encouraged to try to put my voice on stuff, but I didn't feel secure enough about it. I was insecure about it, honestly.
Yeah.
And so I would always hear this from my mom. I'd always hear this from my dad. I'd always hear this from like certain friends, like, you should try to sing or some shit, you know, and I just didn't want to do it. And so stuck with the Filthy Paw stuff. But then I kind of got encouraged because Darian and I used to be pretty close still. And so from there, he would just tell me, he's like, yo, you should like go and, I don't know, like fucking just, I don't know, just put your voice on some stuff, man. So I was like, you know what? Why don't we do the Odd Future route? Let's do like a group. Let's call it like, I don't know. And we just brainstorm and then we call it Savage Abyss. Again, we weren't really thinking much about it.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was like, yeah, let's just do this. You know what I mean? So from there, that's when I was like really following the blogs and shit and looking at other rappers. I would listen to like Chitty Bang and
Chitty Bang was popping, Pac Div,
XV. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I found out about Nip and
Nip at the time, for sure.
Nip,
Dom at the time,
Dom K and all them cats. So
and
Stevie too. So I found him on Two Dope Boys. You
Yeah.
know? So I didn't know this dude was from here. I thought he was. Yeah, you know what I mean? Mecca and all them. I love them, man. They looked out for me one time. But yeah, no, like, so Two Dope Boys, I used to follow that shit because I really wanted to understand that shit. And from there, you know, I'm good now.
I always wanted to get posted on there.
So yeah, no, like, so Two Dope Boys, yeah, I would always study like who's hot right now, who's, you know, and a funny thing, I used to see cats that are now blown up, like Russ. Like, I used to see him on that shit, you know, and Boogus. So I used to see cats on there all the time, man. I was always tapped into the culture and learning, you know, yeah. And so, yeah, I would just always study the game. And the funny thing is, like, as I started to progress, you know, I grew up off Kanye, so that was all I kind of knew in terms of like production. Yeah. And I used to love that Chipmunk soul shit. So from there, I established a sound, and Darian and I, we wanted to like kind of be like a duo, but then we expanded. So we met some other rappers, and I think it was kind of short-lived with them. And we knew about you and Janvier at the time.
Yeah,
Native Keys. Y'all had that group called Native Keys, and we were just kind of like, man, they're kind of talented. Like, we should band together.
That's like 2013.
So that's when you came into the picture, and so we had known each other since then.
Yeah.
And so at the time, I think there was a lot of you know, because we had a lot of plans to try to drop records, if you remember. You know, we went to Darian's house, we did that session.
Yeah. I did the feature for Murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was epic. I gotta show you that.
And it's funny how everything comes full circle, man, because what happened was at that time, you know, I kind of felt like Dare was in a very different headspace. You know, he was kind of finding himself. And I think he had a different direction of where he wanted to go, plus me, plus you guys. So I disbanded the group because I needed to figure out what the hell am I doing in this shit.
It was a lot.
It was a lot, you know, and I was dealing with a lot too because I was dating this girl, and you know, she, you know, kind of put me in this like marry me and have kids, or like do this shit, which is not gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, you live in the desert. No one gives a damn about you. Yeah. You know, like she was straight up like, and so I chose the music after a conscious decision, and I needed to kind of go back to zero again. So we didn't really have any records, but we leaked up a few times.
There was at least a summer where we kicked it heavy and
we
went
were at
out,
Sal's apartment. Do you remember that?
Salvador? Yeah, Sal's apartment. We went to the homies. You pulled up to the homies' apartment one time.
Yeah.
I think it was Tacey's brother's apartment. He was out of town and we were house sitting, and you pulled up.
Yeah.
You know, there was a few different times where we had the session at Dare's house. You know, we linked up at Celebration a few times.
Yes,
that was a good time. We went out and did photo shoots. You know, and we were all like, you know, starting to really push Savage Abyss. That's crazy. I have those photos. I'm gonna go on Facebook and find those photos so I can post so we can.
And you know, shout out too. So like, here's another fun fact. Back during those days, man, like with the Filthy Paw shit, Space Ghost Perp reached out.
Word.
At that time. So Perp and a lot of them cats from Raider Clan, they showed a lot of love at the time.
That's dope.
So Kianada, I hope I'm saying his name right. You know what I'm talking about? His manager reached out and showed love, and you know, I was always embraced by the hip hop culture at the time, the online culture, and I've always given my thanks to that. And from there, you know, it's just, again, man, like even when I was working at World Market, I had a job there. I met Speak, the rapper's parents.
Yeah.
They told me, "Oh, my son's a rapper. You guys should," because we're talking about music, and I'm like, "All right, yeah, this is a rapper." But it turns out it was freaking Speak. He got my number, and then I hung out with him and the UTB guys and everything. Shout out to them. So, I met everybody UTB through Speak, and Speak was, I was playing beats for him, and I've just been around the culture for so long, man. Like, just knowing everybody.
That goes way back. That's a real Boval shit.
Yeah, man. Like,
I love it. That's why I love doing this.
All the
shit.
Uptown stuff and Nikki D's, man. Like, we had a record with Steve Lyrics. It was called Brainless. Yeah. Remember that record? Yeah.
Taking it back. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I've been around. So I basically, like, shout out to Nick and shout out to Steve and.
Shout out to the Boval legends in this.
Yeah, man. Even you, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that time when you were doing the native key stuff, your sound has evolved so much, and I feel like at that time, like, we just needed to kind of like center ourselves.
Yeah,
so I went through a very long journey, man.
No, it's beautiful because it was like a few years in between where everybody went off and. We're becoming men, as well as finding ourselves as artists. Exactly. So that happens. It happened with me and Stavo. That happens, and when you link back up, it's like, oh yeah, I had to go through this relationship. I didn't fill out with these homies over here. Yeah. I dropped a couple mixtapes though. I was working. You've been working too.
Yeah.
Like so now, because the music will always bring you back. You feel me?
It does, and it's egos, man, and it's like just growth. I feel like as men, when you get older, you start to kind of realize life is short. And like it. I like the thing is like I always feel like you get a lot of individuals, especially the OGs that say stuff like, oh, like in our culture, we're embedded with this trauma of like, oh, we don't really want to see others succeed. And I just think all it is, man, it's ego. You know what I'm saying? It's ego and just insecurity of yourself. Like for me, I was just insecure of the fact that I just felt like I wasn't good enough. And I felt like I was around so much talent. I just didn't think I was capable of anything. But it took years of like, self-discovery and practice and just being honest with myself and being like, you know what, like I do matter. And just also respecting other artists too and seeing them come up and not being a hater about it.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to be a hater, man. Like, motherfuckers hate. I mean, I wouldn't say I've been like a big ass hater, but I've hated in like
years. Everybody has it. Yeah. But then there's some shit I just don't like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's okay.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
I don't like it. I'm not.
If I don't like it,
I don't like it. It don't mean that I'm hating, my boy. Come on.
It's different. Yeah. No, for real. But like, so, in that period, so like, the funny thing is, I know a lot of people go, oh, like you got that Childish Gambino sound. Well, that was deliberate because at the time,
he was the most popular rapper for a second. He had his.
So like, but just to kind of like let y'all know real quick, basically, at the time after we stopped the whole Savage thing, I was like finding myself. So actually, I just went under Elijvh, so Elijvh, and I wanted to stay true to me. And at the time, I was trying to find my sound. I was like, I need to find a sound, and. And I would tell Donald this to his face one day, but like I was never like a big fan of his. I used to find it annoying because people used to say we looked alike and that we had the same voice and shit, and I didn't like Camp, Yeah. So at the time, my old DJ, DJ Baker, he was like he's this husky buff ass nigga. Like he looked like my bodyguard. And we used to do shows together, but we used to do open mics, and I remember he used to tell me, "Hey nigga, I know you got this like." I know this artist you probably fuck with, man. I was like, what? He's like, you should try to model yourself after this, Childish Gambino. I was like, man, I don't listen to that shit, I didn't like it. I thought it was cringe. So it wasn't until he forced me to listen. He was like, yo, he just dropped this video for the song called Yaphet Kodo. Check it out. I was like, man, I'm trying to finna hear that shit. And he was like, no, like you should listen. I listened, and it was fire. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? And then this album's coming out and he's dropping all these singles, and it was like stuff I've never heard before. So I was like, Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
This is fire.
This is what I'm on. All right.
Yeah.
So I studied that album because of the internet so intently that like I basically know it. I know that style.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's gonna be me. That's my style. Just basically this. You know, just take that and run with it. And to this day, I still use that. That is my sound.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely.
saying?
And it's now your sound. You have. That's why I said about like, you know, artists having their own motherfucking lane. You created your own lane for yourself.
From that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what a good artist will do.
Yeah.
That's what timeless music real meant. You took the time to find yourself. You feel me? And like I've seen the growth, but in between this, it's not like you weren't dropping. You still you know, who does, you know, if you could get into some of the stuff you do for your production, because you have some of the hardest music videos out here. I don't think anybody has better videos than you. You guys put together some real production. Like I see that, and that sets the tone for like what we try to do over here. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's very good. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's like even let's talk about your latest single. West Side Wild Freestyle.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So West Side Wild Freestyle, that comes from a myriad of like just so many different influences. My dad was big on film, and I used to watch a lot of movies as a kid. And you know, again, going back to the whole Elijvh thing, when I became Elijvh myself, I was like, I used to write. This is something I would recommend for artists coming up. Like, I knew from an early point, I used to write like on a document like who Elijvh is, what the sound is, what was I gonna encompass, and I wanted to have really good videos. But I had this intent, right? And that's something that I think a lot of people should always have in themselves. You have that intent in yourself, like, okay, I'm going to have this, and when you manifest it, you have to be delusional. I didn't have no Michael Tukes at the time. I didn't have anybody. I had this intention not knowing anybody. I didn't know anybody good at shooting films. But I was crazy enough to go up to people and ask them. And people used to be like, what the fuck is this guy? Like, I'm doing shit for him. I don't know you. All the time. Straight up. I used to like present scripts to people of concepts. And people used to be like, what the fuck? Like, weirdo. Like, I ain't doing shit with you. But I just never gave up. And from there, I basically, I got linked up with this guy named John Tope, and then I met this guy named Luke. Now, Luke, this guy was also like a Nico, but on a bigger level. Celebrities just used to buy stuff off him. He was off the Hypebeast forums. And so from there, we connected. He taught me how to like dress up, you know, how to have style, aesthetic. And he was the one who was making films with John Tope, and I learned from them. So I would shoot stuff with JT, and then from there, JT went his own route. He ended up working, I think, for NBC or something.
Whoa.
And then Luke ended up working for I Am Other, Pharrell's thing.
Word.
So Luke separated, and then here we go again, back to square one.
Yeah, back to square fucking one.
So, and I still got love for those two, but yeah, we just kind of separated.
Life happens.
Yeah.
Life happens.
And I'll never forget, I was going to RCC. And mind you, I've been around celebrities and stuff, but I'm just a dude, just so inconspicuous, right? Yeah. I was going to MVC, and basically, like, I came across this guy named Michael Tukes, and Michael Tukes, he is the kind of guy. So he does this thing. He is like he's a really cool guy. But he can be surface level with you unless you prove yourself to him. So once you start bringing up filming, that's when he's like, all right, well, I'm going to test this person. So in that case, when I was like, all right, you know, hey, man, I heard you do film. I want to link up with you. We're talking to MVC. And I remember he told me, he was like, okay, well, if we're going to make something, then I need a script and I need a storyboard and blah, blah, blah. He was doing that to test me. But that was to see if I was determined. So I basically did my research, learned how to screenwrite, presented him a short film and told him I want to drop an album. I want to have a short film attached to it. I want to do this and that, do the Donald Glover thing. And he was like, all right, okay, so we're going to need to do this and blah, blah, blah. And we need to drive here to LA and blah, blah, blah. And we have a budget. And so I was like, all right. And I just said, I didn't say no. I was like, all right, let's do that. So we shot my first film, which is still on YouTube. It's all the way at the bottom. And he shot that, you know. We had a budget of about like $150. I rented like this generator. We shot over in Hidden Springs at the park. And we did everything I intended to do, which was to drop an album, drop a short film. And and from there we just, you know, I think he always says like it's a miracle because he told me, he was like, yo, I told him I want to do a music video. And see, I'm crazy with that because I always tell him like I want to do a music video, but I want it to be prom. I want it to be big. Like we have a prom set and blah, blah, blah. And he always
did that shit.
Yeah. And he at the time, he's like, okay, how are we going to do that? And I'm like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And I would just ask people. So I would just go to like high schools and ask the principal. I would look for the principal and ask them if we can film in their gym. And that's what we did. And so
you got it. Yeah. How many no's did you get?
Every place said no except one, Mr. Roberson at Canyon Springs High. But that was only because of the budget involved, because it would cost money to rent with like the janitor and everything. But I got lucky because at the time, Michael's brother was dating this girl who knew this really wealthy girl. I think her dad worked for NASA. And they had a party room, like a big party room, like 4 parties in their mansion. And they lived in Corona. It was a giant mansion. They let us shoot there for free.
That's some shit.
Destiny, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we
That's
shot
how that video happened. That's a badass video.
Thank you.
And, you know, I'm going to have the clip so everybody can see while they're watching the interview.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the budget for that was $110.
Fire.
For the gimbal. It was on good. Literally, I just asked people. And that's what I suggest for anybody. You got to go out.
Oh, yeah. I'm the same way. If I don't got it, you feel me? I'll actually, somebody else is out. That's how you meet friends, too.
Yeah.
'Cause I got something to offer.
Yeah, and keep in mind, too, man, I'm telling you, like, this was the universe looking out. Because at that time, man, I didn't have no videos. I had no clout. Nobody knew who the I was. People used to look at me crazy when I'd say, oh, I want to do a prom video and blah, blah, blah. That's why I relate so much to that Kanye documentary, because I was in that position too. Mm-hmm. People used to look at me like, you're going to make a music video? What is that going to be about? Yeah. I still remember at the time. And I wasn't being petty, but I was dating this girl, and she had this friend who was like a DJ at some college in the Philippines, and it was like a big college. And I remember she told me, we played Overdrive, and I told her I was gonna do like a freaking prom video. And
I've been looking at this thing for 2 minutes.
Hey, bro,
I just realized that too. I'm like so in the zone right now.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at
I didn't know he was looking at me. I'm looking at this.
Trey living his best life. I'm focused on Chris mostly, so I'm not even seeing that.
I got mesmerized by
this. Okay, this is gonna be a good episode. For real.
Hey, let's clap it up for the homies in the house right now. You feel me? We in this, man.
Let's go. I didn't know you was looking at me this whole time. I'm looking at this. Like, I got mesmerized by this shit for a cool minute. I'm like,
he's like,
this was dreaming.
Nopressure Records.
We here live on the motherfucking Nopressure Records. Adam, can we get a camera check, sir? You know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to my guy Adam. He's in the background working these cameras. You know what I'm saying? These shits be turning off. You know, you never know when the shit turns off. You feel me? That one, yeah, you just gotta keep resetting that one. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love Overdrive. Overdrive. Was it?
Hey, no lie, but that video was tight, bro.
Thank you.
The one with the prom and all that.
You know what's funny?
I know the shorty that you did it with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Imani.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a moment. But yeah, we shot that in Corona. Nobody knew me. I literally asked people, and Michael knew I was so dedicated and determined that he was just like, this guy's kind of crazy, but I like him, so let's do it. So we shot it. I I remember we were trying to get people to show up. Nobody wanted to come. But I got lucky because I asked the homie Simeon, who just knew people, and he got people to show up the day of. Because we literally had like 3 people. And I was like panicking because I'm like, shit, like how are we going to make this work? It's going to look stupid.
I think I know Simeon Kid.
Yes. That's the homie. So he told all these people, they showed up.
He does modeling.
Yes. And he knows people. So everybody came in the suits and dresses and stuff, and we pulled it off. I wanted to cry because it was like such a clutch moment. You know what I mean? So we shot that video, just everything, man. I'm telling you, like that's
fate.
It was fate. I mean, even going down to the whole, like, at that time, like, I remember I needed a jacket. So the jacket you saw me wore was from the owner of the house. And the crazy thing is, people don't know this. This is a fun fact. This jacket he gave me, he got it from, he was running track in high school. His mom got so mad because he was supposed to embroider his name. But I don't know if he was high or something and he just forgot to get it done on the day of. His mom got mad and said, I spent all this money on this jacket. You don't even have any freaking, we don't have your name on it. You're never going to use it. Well, it turns out it fit me perfectly. And I needed a varsity jacket for the video. So he knew about that and just gave it to me. And and it fit me perfectly. Like it was made for me. Yeah. No name on it. So, cause I was worried I didn't want it like Kurt or something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Perfect. Everything that video was incredible. Even down to the editing, which my man Kane, shout out to Kane, he edited that, but his computer fried like 3 times. And he was using a cheap Asus laptop, like a really cheap one. Yeah. So many things could have went wrong, man. I don't know how we pulled that off.
But that's how it goes, bro.
Yeah.
That's how a classic is made, bro. With nothing.
We had 5 girls cancel. Imani was the only one to stick with us, too.
That's crazy.
5 girls canceled. Yeah, so shout out to her for that.
That's dope, bro. Yeah. That's dope. And that's just like, it just goes to show because the production value and everything you do is such at a high level.
Yeah. So it gets stressful sometimes, guys. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, that shit is not easy. And that shit is not cheap.
It's not
organized. That shit is not cheap, my boy.
That's the fun part, though.
That's the fun part.
It is.
Because you see an idea in your head and you like see it, you feel me, once you execute to life.
Well, also too, it's just like, I'm big on first impressions, and I always feel like if someone's gonna look you up, first thing they're probably gonna do is see if you're on YouTube.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I really want that first impression to stick, where someone looks me up, they're like, whoa, Because, like, being from the IE, we don't get taken very serious. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so.
You know what that comes with for sure.
Yeah, so it's like, visuals are a big aspect of it. It's like your business card. So I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to try to push myself as far as I can with that and just being around filmmakers, and yeah, like Michael stuck with me up to this day. And yeah, we've just been going since.
Yeah, man,
the video's been going crazy.
What the fuck is we talking about? Only here on the motherfucking Nopressure Records Network. You feel me? We dealing with the mobile legends up here, man. And and this is why I love doing this, because there's nowhere else where you're getting to hear like you're like a unsung hero, neighborhood legend. You feel me? You're a Moreno Valley
neighborhood.
Legend. You feel me? You feel me?
I've been practicing my nip.
So I want the people to get a chance to pick your brain a little bit, and we got some questions. It's kind of like drink champs.
Yeah, let's go.
So you got some drink in your cup?
Yes, I do.
You got some drink? Okay, we got some. Everyone got some drink. So I'm gonna throw out some. You feel me? And the fellas, y'all think of some. Y'all have some ready too. You feel me?
Water.
But, I'm gonna name off.
He's hiding it. It's invisible.
I'm on water.
let me get some of that joint right there, my boy.
I cranked it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Damn, I feel like this story is like I never get to say this. It's a very long-winded story, so
yeah.
I appreciate y'all surviving.
Bro, what? No, bro.
Took me under.
Trey was time traveling.
Nigga, I swear. Look, on everything I love, I don't know what just happened, but like I'm looking at this
This
shit.
fool was nasty.
1 second.
This fool is not.
In 1 second.
Think about something like saying you sleep though, but you don't even know.
He was like,
Like,
this, he was
I started
this.
looking at this shit and
I'm
get.
looking at Elijah, he talking, and I'm like, yeah, that's.
I got sucked into like the whole shit. I'm like, what
I
the
just
fuck?
glanced off and looked at you. And I'm like,
Crazy.
you had one eye open. Look, you had one
Crazy.
eye open, and it was closed. And look, and it closed. I look at Stavo, and I'm looking at Stavo like, this is crazy.
Like,
That shit was
no lie.
wild.
I think his eyes is rolling back in his head.
The thing that made it more funnier, bro, was because I was already thinking about like an insider, like remember, like say like hop on the mic or something, like at a show, and he just start yawning and shit, like. And I was just looking at Elijah talking, and I'm like, what if I just yawn in this fool's face and just.
I mean, shit, fuck it.
What the fuck?
and just knock out like, and then when Leslie showed me when I saw his, I was like, bro, no way.
No, I started looking at this shit though, like on some cold shit. No, when I say I literally like fucking start looking at this shit and like literally fucking just got tranced into that shit. It was wild. 'Cause I really didn't notice myself fucking getting sucked under that shit.
That shit was too funny.
I woke up, I'm like,
I
what the
thought
fuck?
about that. I'm like, damn, what would happen? I'm like,
All right, so
That's crazy.
So now we got the best episode from that. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
nah, for sure.
Straight
Wild.
falling asleep.
All right, so I'm gonna throw out
Okay.
some names. You feel me? You pick. If you can't decide, you feel me, or it's both.
Yeah.
You feel me? You got to drink.
Okay.
You feel me? So I'm gonna start, and y'all feel free to throw out a couple. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna start with the first one. Justin Timberlake
Okay.
or Ed Sheeran.
Oh, JT.
JT.
JT. Yeah. Is
JT. Easy. I don't know. Ed Sheeran's pretty.
I'm still gonna drink
I
it.
was
Ed
about to say,
Sheeran. Ed Sheeran's a bad motherfucker though.
Justin Timberlake.
JT was dancing. And
Justin
JT
I'ma tell you
got
right now.
You got
Justin Timberlake.
justified. Future
Yeah, I was gonna
Sex
say.
Love Sounds.
Yes, Future
Yeah,
Sex. I was saying, yeah.
2020 experience was a fucking experience. For sure.
Amazing.
He
Yeah.
BET,
Suit and tie, man.
He's white.
Justin
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the Timberlake
niggas
poster.
love Ed Sheeran too, though.
I love Ed Sheeran, but look,
JT,
Timberlake.
JT, you know why? Because
Justin Timberlake.
he had Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson.
Niggas ain't never.
He ripped her titties out.
Got one for you.
Yeah.
Got one for you, Elijah. Got R&B one for you.
Okay.
was fucking it up. What are you talking
Okay.
about?
We got Aaliyah or Mary J. Blige.
Oh, that one's hard.
I'll drink to that.
Ooh, I'm drinking, man. I don't know. I
I'll drink to
love.
that.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll drink to that one. I don't
Got
know.
one.
I'll drink to
Damn.
that. You want to drink?
Bella
Damn.
Hadid.
Okay, that's probably the hardest R&B question I've ever gotten.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
That's a.
I really
that's
don't know.
Crazy.
Break it down though.
Wow, you got me thinking.
Yeah.
Why though?
Like I love R&B.
Break it
I
down,
might be a
though.
tough one for you.
I don't know, bro. Honestly, yeah, that one I can't. No, that one's too hard.
Break it down though. Why?
Well, because I feel like Aaliyah. So she doesn't really have like a voice like Mary J. Blige, right? To me, I feel like Auntie Mary. I think she was raised off the church. You could tell with certain singers.
Yeah.
She's got that soulful, like passionate voice. Aaliyah's more whispery, you know, in a way, but she's like smooth. You know, she's chill. In terms of a woman I'd date an Aaliyah, but yeah, I just feel like Mary's records, they hit you. Even her features, like the that one she did with the her feature with Ghostface. All that I got is you.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's
that touches me, man.
That's not
that shit.
That's
Oh, no, Ghostface was on that. He was on that.
Oh,
that- wait, no.
That's method.
That's man.
All that,
Yeah.
wait, all that I got is you.
That's
All that I got is
I
you.
was saying, yeah.
That's Ghostface. Yeah, all that I got is you.
Ghostface got one too.
Yeah,
Ghostface got one.
that was
too.
from the Wu-Tang Forever.
But not.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, Ghostface got one too though.
I'm saying Ghostface had a song with Mary J.
yeah.
One, yeah.
Well, Method Man too. Yeah,
Method Man got.
But-
I
Method
mean,
Man is You're All
yeah.
I Need. That was on the
yeah.
Tikal.
No, but it was all that I got is
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that I got is you, or something like that. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That was my shit. So
Okay.
Mary J just flipped a lot of shit too. You feel me?
yeah, she's. Oh my god, she's a singer. That's a
Yeah.
singer.
So
You know.
Lauren Hill or Erica Badu.
Listen,
Erykah Badu.
I love Erica, AD 3000. You know, that's my joint. Yeah, I love Erica, but now like Lauryn Hill, just that. I mean, just to be so good that your one album. You know what I'm saying? Like the Miseducation. I mean, even her with the Fugees. Like, I mean, I don't know, just something about her. She's such a rare talent. You know, I've always thought she was amazing, and I really modeled myself after the way she kind of was smooth with like rapping and singing stuff.
Yeah,
you know, but yeah, coming from R&B, yeah, for sure. Like
they say amazing. Drake was the first one rapping and singing. Like, come on, we forgetting about Lauren. She was the shit on this record. Singing.
Well, Drake himself would probably tell you that too.
Yeah, like that's
comes from Lauryn Hill, man.
That shit's crazy. Yeah. Chance the Rapper or Childish Gambino?
Childish. That's not even a question. I love Chance.
I'm chilling with my wife.
Nah, man. That's a rap with
I go Samuel. I know somebody lost my ass.
Was that?
Long life with my wife. I don't want to hear it.
You know what? I have to say though, man. Like speaking of Chance, man, he's went through such a weird transformation.
Like one of the most hated niggas.
Yeah,
hip hop's beloved rap star. Like niggas hate this nigga now. I thought we loved Chance.
I know. I fuck with Chance. I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with Chance, bro. Like that.
I used to fuck with Chance. I don't fuck with him no more.
I feel like he could be like a politician type nigga. Like
I'm just talking strictly music wise.
I don't fuck with the music. Bro,
when he first came out, I do not fuck with him.
Yeah, I don't fuck with
when Coloring Books dropped, he was like the biggest rapper out.
Oh, I love. That's what I'm saying. That's before.
Yeah, like I like
Coloring Books. Yeah.
Everybody.
That was my shit. Yeah, that was my shit.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Made money off it. I respect that.
I mean,
that's crazy.
Chasing the bag.
I fuck with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get one.
Yeah, Donald Glover.
Okay, yeah, you going?
Yeah. You feel me? All right, I'm finna give you a tricky one. You feel me?
Uh-oh.
You know models?
Yeah. I mean,
all right. You probably you can go Bella Hadid or Gigi Hadid.
Ooh. Well, I'm more of a fan of brunettes, so probably Bella. Yeah. You know. So like, yeah, I'd probably say, yeah, Bella.
I'm more of a fan. I'm more of a fan of brunettes.
I'm more of a fan of brunettes.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
that type of guy.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, Coi Leray
Okay.
or Meg Thee Stallion.
Bro.
You know what? I think
Megan
so.
Thee
Like
Stallion.
I'll probably say Meg, man. I find her very attractive. It's funny, motherfuckers be thinking. I mean, Coi, yeah, she's cute, but
I love both. I love both.
yeah, Meg is bad.
I love both.
Yeah.
I don't know, like personality wise, I fuck with Meg. Don't get me wrong, like off the record.
She got Tory locked up on a dead hoe.
Hey, no, real shit though. I fuck with Meg like on everything I love. I fuck with Meg tough.
Completely just joking.
I feel like her personality though is just not for me. Like,
Meg or Coi?
Meg.
You like more?
Shit, I don't even know Coy's personality like that, so I couldn't really
kind of see.
I couldn't even really tell, but like I don't know, like the type. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being like, I'm like I said, completely off the record.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get some. You feel me, Meg? I would have to go with Meg for sure.
They gotta be some shit.
Meg looks like she's like, because she's bad, but she's also seems like she's like really smart too.
Yeah, and
that's like a turn off for me.
She seems like she'll be a good time.
Yeah,
like, shit, bottles and like shootouts and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I love it.
I got one more for you. Jasmine Sullivan or Keisha Cole.
Ooh, yeah, I'd probably say Jasmine. Yeah,
Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson or Prince.
Ooh.
Michael Jackson.
If you were talking to before even I met you,
Michael,
like Eli, I would have said Michael.
Mike.
It's Michael, but I was really raised on.
I love Prince. I love Prince, but even Prince would probably like Actually, I can't even say Prince was gonna say some shit like that.
Prince
'cause
has
you
a
know
bigger
how Prince
catalog,
is.
doesn't he?
He does, but he didn't own his catalog.
We did when he died.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
I'm taking it. I'm taking a shot, bro, because
Actually, he just had got his masters.
Prince is
He just had got it right.
Prince is like a true genius.
Yeah,
Bro, they're both GOAT level.
Yeah, that's hard to say.
But Michael Jackson didn't even
Mike
for 7 minutes. And have
Mike,
this
look,
fame
I'm gonna
and
tell you
shit.
something like this. Ever since I seen Mike have fucking white women passing out in the crowd, getting carried out on stretchers in fucking stadiums, I don't want to hear nothing
If anybody else had that kind of juice, though, it was
Nothing else.
Prince for sure. Prince had bitches.
But look, nobody was.
Prince
doing
had
it like
bitches
Mike.
too.
Nobody was
Prince
doing it
was
like Mike.
Prince had bitch. We forget
he did.
that
He had
nigga was
bitches.
on the stage in stilettos.
He had bitches.
You feel me?
He had bitches.
Playing the guitar and shit too. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate.
He had
You know what I'm
bitches.
saying?
You know what?
Bitches.
You know what? I bet you.
Mike.
Prince probably had more hoes than Mike.
Easy.
Prince had more hoes than Mike, bro.
Because when Mike
Of
was
course,
black,
okay.
maybe,
But you gotta.
That's hard to say though.
Prince probably had,
Type of niggas. They're two different type of niggas. I feel like. Prince,
they're both
Prince
pop
is like a gangster.
icon
Look,
legends.
I'm asking
You know what I'm
people
saying?
that was around in that time. They telling me Prince had the most.
Prince had hoes, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Mike didn't have the hoes.
I got family members that party with, bro. Like,
So,
easy, bro.
so like, I definitely. It's hard to say. I do.
Drink.
I feel like
It's
okay.
Mike, though, for sure, but Prince is the nigga, though.
I'll say this though. Could you guys agree? Like, Prince was musicianship and Michael was like spectacle.
Yeah.
Michael
You know what I mean?
respected, but
Yeah.
Prince
He was
could play
like-
all type of
I give you that. I
But
give you
Mike,
that.
but Mike, the way
But
Mike danced,
Mike was multifaceted too. Like he kind of like he was with the movie shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
that's what I mean.
He was with the
Spectacle.
visual.
Yeah,
like
he's
the
spectacle.
movie
He
shit.
like Drake.
I can't chop it up. But he knew how to write songs too.
Mike?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he
he was an engineer
and
genius,
dance,
too.
like and dance,
He
like
composed Beat It through like literally just his voice.
yeah.
And then they redid it. He's a genius.
That's just
He's a
crazy.
genius. But Prince, like, bro, there's so many things that people copy. I bet you, I wish Nip was still alive because I bet you he took a lot of what Prince was doing with the MPG stuff. He was doing, because Prince was doing the indie stuff, and I want to say Nip really took a lot from that.
Yeah.
Because you see that today, right? With No Pressure, with my stuff. You know, Prince started that stuff, man. He was literally like when he was trying to go indie, he was like, "F the labels. I'm just gonna like have concerts at my place, and we'll charge the fans." You know what I'm saying? Genius.
Our producer question:
Yeah.
P Rock or J Dilla?
Ooh.
J Dilla. I'm sorry.
P Rock. P Rock.
Dilla was, damn. I'm taking a drink. I love Pete Rock, man. But I love Dilla.
There's so many like classics you gotta go through.
Yeah.
You gotta really sit down and think about this one.
I don't
Like
Yeah, the Slum
that
Village
whole
stuff.
catalog. That whole catalog is crazy.
Even the stuff he was on the mic on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the stuff he's on the mic. Like,
what?
P Rock's crazy.
Won't do two.
That one.
Is not
Enough for me, no. I love that record, man. Oh my God.
Come on, man.
That is,
I had this J Dilla Saved My Life tees back in the
yeah.
Yeah.
Donuts, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was.
P Rock was more like, you feel me, fucking with the underground, which I was fucking with too, but like that
Yeah.
was hella
But
underground.
honestly, like,
I feel like
when
Ye
you,
would've
as a
said-
rapper, like when you first got on to, you know, niggas like us get on to YouTube looking up beats, the first couple niggas you stumbled upon
Dilla.
was Pete Rock, instrumentals, Dilla,
And Ninth Wonder.
Ninth
too.
Wonder.
Yeah.
But P Rock was
And Ninth
around.
Wonder.
Was around
Dilla was probably
before
like
J
the first
Dilla.
nigga that popped
Before
up.
Dilla,
He was before Dilla.
P Rock was before, yeah.
yeah.
Dilla been around since like
Even Primo.
90s.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Well, was Pete Rock in the 80s or no?
P Rock
Yeah.
It was
was
in the
around.
80s. We
He
saying
has-
that.
around
It's the
before.
same-
Yeah,
it's
P
the
Rock
same
is an
time.
OG.
P Rock's an OG.
He's a
for sure.
Yeah.
legend. Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure.
The instrumentals, you
Yeah.
feel me?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of classics.
What's the album with the afro with the pig in it?
I know you're talking about.
It's like the white with the. you know,
It's lost my mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know that back in the day, like.
I was just looking for that album the other day.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, CL Smooth and all
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Yo, Stavo, I have a question for you. Do you fuck with Muggs?
Yeah.
'Cause
DJ Muggs.
I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of your essence, like I see a lot of it from him.
Yeah, Soul Assassins and all that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so I'm not going crazy. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah,
Sure.
Mugs, man.
Assassin.
Yep.
Feel me? Cypress Hill.
All the Cypress
that,
Hill stuff.
you know?
Yeah.
Sir.
And that's when it bleeds into like Alchemist and all that.
Yep. And then Al. Yeah.
I got one for you.
I want to do a record with him.
I got one.
What's up?
Stevie Crooks or Nikki D's?
So I'll take a drink.
I had that in my head. Too.
Nick's gonna be watching this, laughing his ass off right now. I bet. And Crooks.
Anyone. The Redwood. You guys just hit it.
All late. No,
We gonna drink to that?
Yeah, I feel like man. Well, so like I always, it's funny. Nick and I, we kind of knew each other, but we didn't really get connected until like after high school. But he was with this thing, man. He was with like Marvin and everybody. Also, a lot of rappers. Listen, I call you by your government names. It's just a thing I do. So like Marvin, Radio Bass, and all them. Like he was with Mike Mob at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember that. Yeah, and like Jeff and everybody. I used to know Marvin's brother, man. We go back. So, and actually, Marvin and I, we've talked on the phone recently. I'd love to do a record with him. So that's like, he's to me like, I mean, bless the bottle, man.
Yeah,
that's culture.
Yeah,
that's culture.
Yeah,
to me, you know what I'm saying. So if y'all agree, like, yeah,
that'd be a crazy ass track, fool.
I know.
Yeah.
What?
I have some ideas. I mean, I have a guy in my circle that's like a tastemaker, and he actually sorts through my records, like, and he knows like the Eli sound. So like, he was like, "Oh, you should do this with Marvin," and it made so much sense.
To put that together, like,
yeah,
I'm just trying to see like that fuse. Like, no,
it's
also,
so different,
on
right?
a serious note, like to see that fuse together, like, cause I've seen some crazy ass like meshes with artists. So see some shit like that, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, like I said, I got so much love for him, man. He's like a true legend. As with you guys, so I have a lot of respect for the culture out here. So
absolutely, I'm trying to think of some more mobile ones.
Cardenas or El Super,
Armando's or Alberto's, nigga.
Honestly, I can't really say because
both are just equally as trash.
Gambling a hectic lifestyle full of sin. These days I've been elevating my spiritual gifts. Fuck the opposition, I'ma go for the win. Amen. Ain't looking for drama. I'm building my legacy like a passionate scholar, prolific author, expecting Forbes to label me proper. Ducking all that negative gossip.
Welcome back to the motherfucking McDuff Show, everybody. We're here live on the Nopressure Records Network. And, we took a little intermission to get right, you feel me? Niggas that would've got pulled. Double back, you know what I'm saying, and all that. But, we got Elijvh in the motherfucking building.
What's up,
Moreno Valley legend. We got to, kind of dive in, about the uprising of Elijvh. There's been many phases, as there is amongst artists, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even up to now, all that has led us up into this moment, talk about what you got dropping and what you got in the works.
Well, we have, we just released that West Side Wild freestyle music video. We have another one on the way. I would like to drop this month.
Okay.
It just all depends, I guess, on the timing because we have to shoot, we're 90% done with it.
Yeah.
But we're shooting next week and then sending it to my editor.
Yeah.
Shout out to Christian, so we're going to work with putting that one together and then we're going to drop an EP this July. It's called Crossroads and it's a very deep dive meditation on my life, I took a step back with the production too. I just kind of gave that moment for other people. Actually this gentleman right here, gotta give him credit because he's on it. And 1:33 a.m., which is a dope producer from they're from Palm Springs.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So that and I don't know, just more on the way. I just want to draw more visuals. I enjoy making visuals, but I just feel like I wish we could pump out more constantly. So
Yeah.
working on that. So
Absolutely, just trying to stay consistent. And you know, it's difficult when you have such a, you know, in depth, you know, videos. They're very like, you know, there's a budget behind it. It seems like, you know, you got to have a team. When someone has to believe in the vision. You know what I'm saying? And
it took a while too, just to get everybody involved, and you know, yeah, I'm just grateful. You know, just like getting like the editor who he does a lot of stuff like for like television shows and stuff. You know, and then Elijvh who does my graphic design, and you know, obviously the Toots brothers and everything. So
absolutely,
the Toots. Shout out to the Toots brothers.
Shout out to the Toots.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I know we had a good time at your 30th birthday party.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That was a good time. Dope, it was dope fun, backyard. It was right next door to us. You know, right down the street. Damn near. You feel me? The backyard, man, it felt like we were in Palm Springs or something. Like, that shit was, for real. That was a vibe back there.
Yeah.
You know, and you had a dope show. You had the homies come out and perform.
You guys killed it.
Yeah. You know, that was fun. That was definitely fun. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm looking forward to what you got dropping, you know, next. You know what I'm saying? Because the West Side Wild freestyle was fire. Yeah. The video is sick as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, have we gotten an official album from Elijvh yet?
No, actually. So we're shooting for an album this winter. I'm good. Yeah, we're shooting for an album this winter. You know, it just I guess it just all depends because we're cooking right now.
Yeah.
My DJ, he works out of Fullerton right now, so I'm going to his studio and, you know, working out of my studio. I just want to come up with like, we have a concept, we have an idea, but we just want it to be executed properly.
Yeah.
Sound wise, execution wise, aesthetic wise, you know, down to like the cover, you know, because one of the things I said is like I really want to shoot a portrait with my drummer's wife, Louisa. She's a award-winning photographer. She's amazing. She actually was at my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she does a lot of like portrait photography, and I told her I wanted to shoot like a vintage camera, but something from like maybe like 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
I just want like a certain look to this thing, you know. And it's just gonna be like a.
Oh man, I missed that party.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. Don't worry about it. You know, we got my 31st, so.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Your spirit was there, man. Your essence. I love your essence, man. You know?
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
But yeah, yeah, we definitely want to put together like a special album, get, you know, people like you guys involved and everything, work with more unconventional producers. You know, I feel like Stavo is so like, he has such a wide palette. And I'm trying to take producers from other genres, kind of in the Kanye type thing, you know, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh, yeah, bro, and it's a pleasure working with you, too, you feel me?
Yeah.
Talk about
likewise,
it.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like you said, it's a full circle moment, because I remember at one time, you know, we was going back and forth on Instagram before we even met officially, so.
It was probably long ago, man.
Long time ago, probably like 2017.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man.
Here we are, right?
Yeah, I haven't even heard what you got going on with the shit I sent you, but like, yeah, we here for it.
Yeah, well, we so the funny thing is too, like, whenever we work on an Elijvh record, we always, production wise, we were always looking at like what you did and how do we bring it out even more. So we actually had a bass player. My friend from Japan actually played the bass on that.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it, bro.
It's sick. Yeah, took a lot of work. I gotta really give my credit to. My DJ Phoenix and Matt Hoff, the husband of Louisa. He's a musician and he's also an engineer. I drove them crazy with this project. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes. You got a vision.
Vocalists, like, you guys love me, but musicians hate me because I'm very particular and I'm very like very picky. Like them and my editor too. I drive him crazy. Like West Side Wild Freestyle, we had 6 versions of that.
Dang.
That's how I am, though.
Yeah.
That's how it always is, though.
Yeah.
You always gotta find. Was it like you changing beats or like?
For West Side?
Yeah.
Oh no! For the video, for the song itself, yeah. Actually, it took a while, you know, because I wanted to make something that felt autobiographical on a freestyle.
Yeah.
I know obviously like everybody's takes on a freestyle is different. For me, it's when there's no structure. It's just random.
It's just gas and shit.
Yeah, and but in terms of the video, yeah, we have 6 versions of it, as in different clips.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I'm thinking of angle and how does it look and does it feel like you can watch it again and again and again, and you know, I'm always looking at those type of things. That's why I would like. You look at Mahia or all the other videos we've put out, like, they always feel like you can watch them again and again.
Absolutely.
Because that's my thing. Like, if I'm not, like, captivated by it, or I don't even feel like it's worth, like, the investment to watch it, I'm going to assume you guys aren't going to want to watch it either.
Yeah.
You know? So that's kind of why, like, we're very particular. And I'm very, like I can be intense to work with on the production side of things. Like
that's how you gotta be, because you hear it a certain way.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear it a certain way, and
but it looks and sounds great. You know what I'm saying? So like our collab, right?
Fire.
Like everything is solid.
It's solid.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
You killed that verse, dude.
I love it. Thank you. That was it was easy for me to do that when the song is good. You know, and I understood the concept and like the mission. You feel me? I love doing features.
Just be flowing like
it just happens. Like I wrote it the night before I pulled up on you.
Yeah. And
that shit was dope.
It's fire. My dad loves that verse too. So,
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you. That's a good song.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, so, I feel like I've really like nailed something here in terms of the Elijvh sound, aesthetic. And it's just developing from here,
Absolutely.
I've always wanted, especially artists in our culture, hip like rappers specifically, to feel like I'm really part of the culture too with you guys. Like, no matter how pop I may get, there's always an essence of hip hop in it. You know,
absolutely.
That's not like corny and contrived. It's very like yeah, this is like you still hear the essence of it. That's why I got spitters on my stuff. You know what I mean?
What made you tap in with a lot of the artists from the city? Because you got production from Stavo, you got the Risk It All with me, you got the joint with CJ, you got the joint with Ebrio or Abreu. Abreu, right?
Yeah.
So with Abreu. Shout out to Abreu. That nigga's dope.
Yeah.
And you got, what made you want to start tapping in with everybody and like really firing off, because you've been singles every week, boom, 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 boom. Like, well, what motivated you to do that?
Well, I'm a fan of music, man, and I'm a fan of the culture that we have out here, and I'm always watching. I go to people's shows. Yeah. Actually, a lot of people don't even know that. I actually go to your shows, and I'll just be in the background. You won't even know that.
I seen you at a couple of my shows.
Yeah, I'm observant. Like, I love to watch and see, and I'm always looking for like talent and how I can work with them, and actually. I have to give this to a woman I was dating recently for influencing me to do that. I got to give it to her. Like, and if you're watching this, I'm talking about you. So thank you.
But she don't get the name drop.
No.
No
free promo. No free
promo. She knows who she is. So I
shout out to her.
That, for real.
Shout out to her for sure.
I still love
it takes.
I still love you, girl.
That love is stronger than pride.
I know, right?
Love is stronger than pride.
You know what's funny?
I love you, bitch.
I love you.
I love you, bitch. I love you.
You know what's funny? I actually so I already have the plans. Like I always work like years ahead on these projects. And next year, I wanted my album to be called Romeo, because I feel like I'm Romeo.
Yeah,
but what's funny is like, even if it sound like it has that kind of name, it was gonna be like straight up hip hop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in the Eli sound. Like, I even.
That's fire.
I was kind of debating even with like you, Stavo, because I wanted you on, like I want you on both projects, but I was thinking like an 8 out of 10 type vibe. You know what I'm talking about? You know that song?
Project?
So yeah, that 8 out of 10 shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just like, because that kind of sounds like you. That type of, you know. And I was thinking, Romeo or.
And it's crazy because I remember you hit me and you told me you're trying to look for like Furthest Thing type vibe. And I thought you were talking about the first half of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I can easily do that. But then when I heard the whole thing, I'm like, oh, he's probably talking about the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's what I mean.
That's why you made like 4 different beats.
Yeah,
You know,
I could do anything, bro.
That's what I mean. That's why I was like I said, man, I understand my place in hip hop, and I know how like I present myself. I'm self-aware enough to know like I like to surprise people. That's the element that I really, really like to put out.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want people to feel like I don't like predictability. I like being predictable. So if people look at me and go, "Oh, he looks like just like a singer," like, you know, like I can do a 16 and
I can gas some shit.
Yeah, you know,
I can sing on some shit.
Yeah, I can sing
Intoxicated.
Yeah, I mean,
Fly record. I love it.
I love. Yeah, that is such an underrated record.
Yes, very. I love
that record.
I love the bouncy vibe. Like it's feel good. Like it got a swing to it. Got a bounce to it. I love it. I love it.
That's a Europop, man.
Yeah.
That's the Elijvh pop sound.
Yeah.
So like Hot Fever, Dangerous, that like those are.
Yeah.
You know.
Even Overdrive, right?
Yeah. So
I would kind of put Overdrive, but you were rapping on.
Yeah,
a little bit. You were rapping, but then
very
you had
poppy though.
Yeah, it was very like but you had some singing because I remember when that dropped. I peeped it when that's the one with the white cover, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That one I was playing the piano and then the melody hit me. It was like nothing like the feeling when I got you. You know, like that. So I was like, it kind of fits. It took a while. That one had 26 different versions until I was satisfied with it.
Yeah.
So I was like. You know, from the bongos and stuff. My dad played the bongos on that. Like, my dad's involved in a lot of my production, so he, you know, he's
shout out to Pops.
Yeah, shout out to Pops, man.
Shout out to Pops for sure.
Fun fact too, my record Glow. If you guys hear that one, that's his voice. I took an old Tascam and took his old like cassette tapes of him singing, and I sampled it and redid his voice.
That's dope.
Chipmunked it and did all kinds of shit.
That's dope. That's dope, man. I love it. I love to hear it, y'all. And I'm super excited to see what you have for the rest of the year. You know, before we get out of here, what's some advice you could tell to an upcoming artist that may be watching? Because, you know, we have a lot of artists and entrepreneurs and things like that people who watch the show, you know, I always like to ask artists, you know, because you've been doing this 10 years plus, 15 years, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you could give some upcoming artists some advice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you know, whenever you guys feel like you've heard this before, it usually is because it's really the truth. And from my life experience, I can tell you, like, really believe in yourself, because we live a life where people don't care to see you succeed because they don't see the vision. And you can't be upset at that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's kind of how history is, right? We're naturally skeptical. Human beings are. And I feel like you got to believe in your vision and hold tight to it and never let go of that, no matter what. Even if it sounds ridiculous to everybody, to your closest friends or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, stick to it, believe in it, and do your research too. Study. Don't be ignorant. Because when you study the game, that's how you last longer. Because you're making smarter moves. That's why Drake has been on top for so long. Because he's a student. And he's not dumb. Like, this guy is very self-aware. You know, he's probably one of the most self-aware individuals I've ever even seen, really.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, do your homework and study from the small to the big. So study small artists. Study artists that are hometown heroes. Study the bigs, like the greats. Don't just study, like, you know, like your favorite artists, but study people that you just are in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, because what'll happen is you'll become a better you in the process, because you'll learn from their wins and their losses, and that'll help you as an artist. So, and all y'all got this. I believe in all of you. You know, so.
You couldn't put that any better, y'all. And you know this, you know, y'all getting a free game here. Nopressure Records Network. Stop playing. You feel me? This has been another legendary episode. You know what I'm saying? We've been recording for a minute. You know, I love it. I can't wait to sit down and edit this and release this. You know what I'm saying? You've been on a run. You've been going crazy. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you.
You know,
You too,
I'm
man.
a fan,
All
and
y'all.
you know,
Legend, man.
we want to give you your flowers today, man. You're stamped as a Moreno Valley motherfucking legend, if anything else. You know what I'm saying? You're a legend. You're a legend in your hometown, if anything. You feel me? And you know, the rest of the world is up. You know, is you're gonna conquer it as well. But here, you're a legend for sure. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate you.
We'll all conquer the world.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that foresight.
Yeah, for sure. We are, definitely. And, you know, I appreciate the homies coming to rock with me. Shout out Lefty. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Style with True Love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Elijvh. Shout out Trace Way. He in the cut. He knocked out. You feel me?
Whoa.
You feel me? Get one of those for Trace Swizzle. You know what I'm saying?
Slumped.
But, you know, definitely, you know, we're going to be doing more content and, you know, having some more conversation and sit down conversations where, you know, it won't be so interviewee. We'll have some topics. So I'd love to have you back on, you know, with, you know, all summer we're going to be doing a lot, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm looking forward to sitting down again with you, having another conversation. You know, thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, bro. And I hope people enjoy this new episode on the McDuff Show here on the Nopressure Records Network. You feel me?
Nopressure Records.
Y'all already know the drill. Go ahead and click that link and subscribe. Stay up to date with everything, no pressure, you feel me? And make sure you click that notification so every time we drop, the video pops up right on your phone screen and you can tune in. You know what I'm saying? But to the Instagram family, Twitter family, everybody, TikTok, you know, Facebook, y'all subscribe and stay up to date. Until next time. Peace and love and all that, you feel me?
Boom. Yeah, freestyle. Got a freestyle by Elijvh.
Elijah's about to spit a 16.
Yeah. Hey,
Let's go.
Hey, what do I gotta say? I just getting paid.
Hey.
Don't know what to say.
Hey.
Been a long day. I'm feeling sleepy like I'm Trey.
Until next time, everybody. Peace and love.
That's good. That's good.
Yes. My
Good
guy.
shit.
My guy.